Going on, everybody? It's your main man back on the scene with another video. I was watching Doomcock the other day, and he has some leaks about Star Wars, which they're rumors, as he says. You know, he never claims that they're facts. I know some people got pissy about it, saying he was like Mike Zero, and which, you know, I listen to both. I watch both channels. You know, Doomcock says they're rumors. He doesn't tell you that it's the truth. Mike speaks like it's the truth, like this actually occurred. When Doomcock, he just straight up tells you it is a rumor. And he has a disclaimer on the video. So let's get to it and check out the rumors. They sound pretty good to me.
Clear that what I'm about to tell you is information provided by sources claiming to have knowledge of what's happening behind the scenes with Star Wars. Information that I have no way of independently verifying. So please note that I'm presenting this information as unverified rumor, and I must ask you to please take it all with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Disclaimer. So, what's this I hear about Heir to the Empire? The Zahn trilogy?
Patience, young Jedi. We will come to that in a moment. But first, I'd like to share some news about the upcoming Obi-Wan Kenobi series. I recently made a video about some leaks I had heard regarding Kenobi, at which time I was contacted by this source who told me, quote, "Since you have already been contacted by other sources, here's more information about Kenobi. Look for a two-pronged approach to the story, with Kenobi battling his fears regarding his failure to keep Anakin from the dark side on Tatooine, and Vader searching fruitlessly around the galaxy for his old mentor, leading to dreams being suffered by both parties, and Vader taking out his frustrations on any suspected Force users along the way." As if he needed an excuse. Potential storylines could include Ezra, the Night Sisters, and even a return to Dagobah. Season 1 is fully written, and we even have several writers working on the scripts for Season 2. Kathleen Kennedy's camp is pretty much kept away from all things Star Wars related at this point, unquote.
Damn, dude. That sounds pretty good. So check me to see if I have this straight. Ewan McGregor is reprising his role as Kenobi, and we'll also be seeing a lot of Vader in this show, not only in Kenobi's dreams.
Apparently, Harvey, that's what this source is telling me.
But, and here's the bad part, isn't Hayden Christensen reprising his role as, Darth Vader?
He is, Harvey, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Now, I wasn't crazy about him as the choice to be Anakin. And just to be realistic about it, no studio is ever going to be able to reproduce what you have in your head. So, you know, everyone has their own personal imagination of what they thought he'd be like. So he didn't match up to my personal imagination. You know, I expected him to be more of a beat your chest type of man. You know, a big, powerful looking man. And who they chose for the role just isn't that. And he came off kind of whiny to me. But, you know, that might not be his fault. That could have been how he was directed. So, you know, I would keep that in mind. Let's continue.
Now, a lot of fans were really unhappy with how Hayden played Anakin in the prequels, and when I heard that Hayden Christensen was returning to the role of Vader again, my reaction was, are we really going back there again? Are we really going to get more speeches about how he hates sand? It's hard and coarse and it gets everywhere.
Not George Lucas's shining moment there, sir.
No. And to be fair to Hayden, with lines like that, nothing but green screen sets, and a director indifferent to working with actors, it may not have been his fault entirely when you get right down to it. But that said, I was contacted maybe a week ago by a source I've been working directly with for a while who told me, quote, "Wanted to let you know that we are indeed wrapping up filming on Kenobi. Post-production is going strong and we are very close to having episode 1 in the can. I can tell you that this series is one of the most polished and beautiful, read expensive, series ever produced. I sincerely hope die-hard Star Wars fans will enjoy this series because I can tell you a lot of love for the characters and stories went into this. Dave has really poured his heart out right onto the screen for everyone to see. Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen went all in on these roles, and both of them put everything they had into their respective performances. I personally did not love Hayden's performance as Anakin in the prequels, but have been very impressed with his performance and the amount of growth he has shown as an actor. Truly impressed." Unquote.
Well, I tell ya, I'm willing to give Hayden another chance, I guess. He's a lot older now, and I think at least it's possible that he's grown into the role. It's hard to be Vader when you're basically just barely out of puberty, you know?
Agreed. My mind is open on Kenobi, and frankly, at this point I confess to even being optimistic and excited to see it. I'm particularly intrigued by the notion that Vader is going around hunting for Kenobi, killing Force sensitives and Force users along the way. When the show was first...
Now, that sounds exciting. So if we're going to get badass Vader kicking ass, which is something I thought Rogue One should have been about, which I heard was the original intent, but the powers that be stuck their nose in there and cut out all the good stuff. See, I guess Filoni and Favreau are more interested in fan service, or should I say customer service, because we are the ones who spend money on this stuff and catering to people that love it. That's how you make money. And they, I don't have a problem with them introducing new characters and stuff to attract another generation, which they have to do if they want to keep it going. So that's a good thing. That I'm not against. I'm just against changing how they are, and direct conning and all that type of stuff. But let's continue with the rumors.
Announced, I was convinced that Vader would only be a small part of the show. When Kennedy announced that Kenobi and Vader would have a rematch in their battle, I thought, oh my god, that's cringe. No way they met again after their initial battle and before episode 4. But then I was told by my sources that Kenobi and Vader meet and fight in Kenobi's dreams, basically dream sequences. But now, with this information, it seems clear that Kenobi and Vader will both be getting a lot of screen time in the new series for Disney+, and any chance to see more Vader is cause for celebration in and of itself.
Do you know if James Earl Jones will be voicing Vader this time around?
I certainly hope so. It just isn't Vader without James Earl Jones's voice. No one else alive sounds like that, Harvey. I have to say, of all the Star Wars series thus far, this one really has the chance to hit it out of the park.
All right, so what's this I hear about a Thrawn series? Is this really a thing?
Well, there's no way for me to say definitely, Harvey. I mean, this could be a scam, this could be disinformation, or there could be errors in here. However, here is what my source tells me about the Thrawn series. Initially, when I was told they were doing a Thrawn series, I was informed they hadn't decided whether they were going animated or live action for the show. Well, now my sources contacted me and clarified the situation. Quote, "It looks like we are going the live action route with the new show, and we have codenamed it Rebels 2.0. John and Dave have just approved the script for the first episode. I can't give spoilers, but I will say that the writer's room was exploding with amazing ideas about how to kick off this..."
I'm going to cut this off here. Now, this, I hope, is true. That they're finally giving us what we want. This would be straight up awesome sauce. Let's check out some of these comments down here. Sounds like Thrawn will be set up for his taking over the Empire and bringing in Ezra Bridger too, while the Book of Boba Fett will bring in the foundation of the Smugglers Alliance. So Talon, Karide, and his second in command, Mara Jade, might be set up. No one else alive sounds like James Earl Jones as Vader, true, but the actor who voiced him in Jedi Fallen Order was pretty freaking close. Someone's crying the race thing here. Jones is what, like 85, 90 now? Yeah, he's getting up there. That's what I'm wondering. I mean, there's other guys with deep voices that sound like him. You know, I'm sure there's someone that could pull it off. That. You know, like this guy. People, voice modulation has come a long way in 44 years. They have deep fake voice programs that can mimic Jones's voice so precisely it can fool voice authentication software. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This technology, and I'm sure there's like the brother that does the Allstate commercial. He has a nice deep voice. He could probably pull that off. But anyways, we'll cut this off here. I'm gonna link his video in the description. You can watch the whole thing. And that's all I have for now. Please like and subscribe, share, and I will be back with another video shortly. Peace.